Good morning, everyone. It's Lindsey Huddleston with SPS back in the building for another SPS Monday Motivation. This is post-birthday, 4th of July edition. Oh, my. I sometimes forget how much of a enjoyable time this time of year is. I celebrated my 47th birthday on Thursday. Shout out to everybody for all the lovely wishes on my timeline. It was just love all over the place, and I must admit, I'm still working through those great comments, and I want to respond to people, so bear with me. It's been that kind of weekend, and Moneyball opened up. Shout out to Desmond Ferguson. Moneyball started on Thursday. Looking forward to spending some more time there. And just yesterday, shout out to my Sands, John Hagins, Dr. John Hagins, was able to greet me in Flint. Shout out to Hoop Baller Scoop for tagging me and letting me know about the Flint Pro-Am put on by none other than world champion JaVale McGee. It was a star-studded event. The Flintstones are in the building. Mayor Sheldon Neely greeted me with such a warm welcome. Good friend from years ago back during my Granholm days. Hill Harper, the actor and statesman, got out there to share some positive words. Got to sit down with all these people. It was a great time. But even though we had all these things going on, there was a message I had on my heart that I wanted to share, and it came from watching one of my favorite shows. I have to admit that when I'm sitting down editing many of these videos, which I'll be doing over the coming days, is a show that I always kind of get fixated on. Now, my favorite show at one point used to be Selling Jets. It doesn't come on anymore. I used to watch it on the channel called Awe. I believe it's Wealthy Entertainment or something like that, but Mighty Ships, and it tells interesting stories about cruise ships. And I guess it's like, I don't know, I've been on a couple cruises and they're a great time, but I'm always drawn to that. But it was one image I saw, one single thing that gave me the inspiration for today's Monday Motivation, which is tugboats and barnacles. I saw a tugboat going out to sea, and they often say how they have to wait for the tugboats to help these huge, ginormous ships navigate out to sea, and I think that's really important. That's an important thing. You see these big, majestic cruisers, whether it's a yacht, or that's owned by one of the Russian billionaires. I think they were preventing him from landing in a certain country or something like that. You see these beautiful specimens that individuals own, or it can be a beautiful yacht, going out to sea, going on a cruise or something like that, as we can see right here. Wouldn't that be fun to enjoy that, right? But also, we have the barnacles. The barnacles, right? And what are barnacles? I want to be able to define that. What's a barnacle? A large barnacle colonies cause ships to drag and burn more fuel, leading to significant economic and environmental costs. The U.S. Navy estimates that heavy barnacle growth on ships increases weight and drag by as much as 60%, resulting in as much as 40% increase in fuel consumption. A barnacle, boy, I've been called some names in my day, but that's definitely one I wouldn't want to be called. Speaking of somebody who fits the mold of the positivity I want to talk about when you talk about tugboats and barnacles, my son's John Hagins right there. Been my guy from day one, the best man at my wedding. And I just gave him a call. Hey, man, I'm going to be in your area, man. And he came through and showed so much love. Sands, I appreciate that. We were able to connect with some great people and do some great things. But Sands, the message I'm trying to get today is, what are you going to be? And it's kind of hard because research and science says some of us are kind of set in our ways more than we think. So the point is, you want to surround yourself with those who bring out the best in you, not to stress you. You want to surround yourself with great people like John Hagins. Now, for the record, Dr. John Hagins not just go spend his time down on the ground, with people who aren't doing the right thing, people who don't have great intentions. And then I think it's important to say that because look at how people operate in this world. Manipulation. There are books out here. How to secretly manipulate people. Discover how to manipulate and persuade and influence anyone, taking advantage of human psychology. So people are out here with the intent to take advantage, almost being a barnacle, Got another great person, one of the greatest of all, Patricia England. Good morning, Mother. Good to see you this morning. I'm up making moves after a great fun-filled weekend. Oh, and I forgot to say, I spent the weekend with my daughter. We went out to Wyoming, Michigan, to Craig's Cruisers as a great alternative to a big amusement park, and we had a wonderful time. She keeps texting me how much fun she had, and boy, I can't tell you how great that experience is. So what I'm just trying to say to you guys is this. Some people have their brains wired to take advantage of others. Studies have shown that. So I'm trying to let you know that people can be out here in the world with just the intent, how can I get over on you? How can I take advantage of you? How can I be a barnacle? And you want to see what a barnacle looks like? I hope you're not eating right now. It's kind of disgusting. Ugh! Look at the barnacles. Ugh! Let me get off the screen. I got a weak stomach when it comes to. I'll show you one more time. Ugh! Barnacles are horrendous. Don't be a barnacle. Look at what these barnacles do. Look at what kind of effort it takes. And I already told you how much a barnacle can slow down a ship. Slow down where you want to go. Look at that. Barnacles are horrendous. I'll tell you a story about someone who had got out of law school and they were looking for work, and he had to scrape barnacles off of boats. He said it was so disgusting and it was so bad. My mom and John saying, hello, good morning, Dr. John Higgins. He says it right back. They're so cute. Good morning, Mom. How are you? I love these folks, right? But, he talked about when he had to scrape barnacles off a boat while he was waiting for his bar exam results. And that man was sitting there contemplating life. Now, I don't knock a good days of hard work. I don't knock that. But what I'm saying is, look at the effort it takes. So where are you going with this, Lindsay? Are you a barnacle or are you a tugboat in people's lives? I know a tugboat, and the tugboat don't sound like a sexy name because everybody want to be, that speed boat or something that's real sexy. Tugboats have that history. They don't sound like that. But what do? A tugboat or a tug is a marine vessel that maneuvers other vessels by pushing or pulling them with direct contact or a tow. John Higgins is a tugboat. Now, that may sound like a joke. I'm trying to talk about my guy, as the young people say, Cap. But no, John comes to help. John comes to provide some support. If I were doing those interviews and meeting all those people just yesterday, John helped provide that support, connecting me with key people and doing a lot of great things. He's a tugboat in my life. You see that? He's getting out there to be supportive, whether he's out front or right on the starboard bow or something like that. But then you got other people who are barnacles, man. They just want to go along for the ride. They want to see what they can do, and they want to get on. And sometimes we downplay people being like that because, okay, it's cool to be around, but look at what I just talked about. The statistics and what they do. Up to 60%, resulting as much as 40% increase in fuel consumption. So you are trying to carry these people, and they wearing you down. They slowing down your efficiency. Now, I know we got these terms. We talk about getting out the mud with people, coming up with people. But there comes a point once you get on your life's path or your purpose, you got to say to yourself, okay, man, do I need more barnacles or do I need more tugboats? Do I need people who go help me, who go guide me, who go push me in a good way? Do I need people who go hold on to me, who going to just pull from what I have? And I think as an adult, that's a fair question to ask yourself. I just turned 47. I know it surprised a lot of people. They may think I'm much younger by the way I look. I give credit to my mother and my gene pool and all that. But I'm also, approaching 50. And I just say that to say, been on this world long enough to know, man, you got to figure out what you want to do, who you want to be. And I mentioned other people who may be wired to be that way. So you may have to really go through a process of saying, man, I have to really rethink how I do things. Because you could have come up, experienced some direct or indirect childhood trauma that makes you be a barnacle in people's lives. Boy, I wouldn't want nobody to call me a barnacle. Because I've been called some names, but that's not one I would want as we talk about this description. So what I'm trying to say to you guys is that I think it's really good to look around and see, okay, what kind of people do I have in my life? When I make phone calls, do people respond? Or when people call me, is it because they want something or they want to check on my well-being, they want to be with me? And I don't want to get too Machiavellian about the whole thing, but at the end of the day, guys, you want to be lifted up. You want to be supported. You want to have people who are helping you get to where you want to go. Not somebody who's just pulling you down, who's weighing on you. They just kind of going along for the ride. You want tugboats. You don't want barnacles. And maybe it's a new code word you can use. It's a way you can decipher things. When your phone starts ringing, look at these people and ask yourself, is this a tugboat or a barnacle? And I know that may sound harsh, but if the person is found to be a tugboat, that's a wonderful thing. You're like, man, this person's a great person, a great supporter in my life. I could do some great things with this person. Or are they a barnacle? My tugboat brother just said, what'd he say? Okay, John dropping knowledge. I see it already. He says you can sense the crabs in the barrel pretty quickly. Something about their energy. That sensory muscle comes with age and spirit. I appreciate you saying that, John. And I think that emphasis is important because what people have to do is they have to, they have to tap into that energy. They have to remind themselves of why they felt that way. They have to be honest with themselves about how they feel about people. And I don't know, John, if everybody's ready to accept that. I don't know if everybody's ready to have that self-belief to say, okay, I'm going to follow my heart and my gut because they've been caught up in so many things. But you're absolutely right. And again, man, at this day, man, we're trying to do things, trying to be there for our family, trying to help our community, trying to just do impactful things. And if you're on that path, if you got that mission, whether it's something that's publicly known or something you're working on privately, you need tugboats. You don't need barnacles. And barnacles take a whole lot of time to get rid of. You got to scrape and scrape and scrape. They've been called as sometimes invasive creatures. Invasive because they come from different spaces and they get in there and they just ruin the whole ecosystem. So I won't make this a biology class, but I will stick to the psychology of the fact of make a determination in life. Do you want tugboats or barnacles around? And then at the end of the day, what are you? Are you a tugboat to someone or are you a barnacle? Are you someone that once you get involved with someone, your impact to them only slows them down and doesn't help them? Hell, the last thing I want to do is slow somebody down, despite what I may want for them. So I won't keep you guys too much on this holiday edition. The 4th of July is upon us. Many of us are able to relax and chill. Definitely want to share this message with you guys, and I think it'd be something that can have a positive impact. Hey, continue to support SPS. Continue to be positive in your walk. Hey, and just enjoy the day, enjoy the week, enjoy the month, enjoy the year. And with that being said, this is Lindsay Hustle with SPS. See you soon. Peace. A little burp at the end. Take care.